I will finish this just so we're all on the same page. Actually, some of you gave me ideas on maybe how to tackle it differently. I will say this. This is a really hard one to teach. Probability is probably a hard one, and this one right here, it's like there's not just like a one way that it will always work. I mean, that's pretty much all of our units. But the key in this question is that it says that 3 seconds later, you are at the max. So it's almost like this thing could start at time 0. It just could go, right? And all of a sudden, boom. At this time, you are at a high, mid, or low. That is your key for, that's where I'm going to start. My very leftmost dot is going to be on mid, max, or min. Okay? And a couple things here. The 10 feet across, remember if it's a circle, it's 10 feet here as well. Okay, so some of you needed a bit of a reminder on that. And more specifically, if you split your diameter in half, it'll be 5 and 5, right? So knowing that this is 3 feet from the water surface, you know it's another 2 feet all the way to the bottom of this wheel, which goes underwater. Okay, so some of you caught that. And so let's start our diagram here. Oh boy, this is not to scale, right? And so we know that the period is 12 seconds. So the x scale, like how much I'm going up by along the x-axis, is going to be 12 divided by 4, which is 3 seconds. Okay. And I start at 3 seconds. Right? This action starts at 3. So from 3, I keep adding 3. So that's 6, 9, 12, and 15. And you're thinking, why is that 15, right? But think about it. From 3 to 15, that is a 12-second stretch, right? That's a full period that I'm going to look at. And in terms of the max, min, and all of that, I know that I am going to start at -2 because I'm 2 feet below water. I'm going to add 5 to get me to 3. I'm going to add another 5 to get me to 8. So the wheel is 2 feet below water, 3, and then 8, right? So it's fluctuating between these 3 points. Obviously, there's different heights, but these are the ones we're mostly interested in. Just make sure it's 10. There's a 10 difference, and there's a 5 difference between lines. Okay, check that. Okay, so we start here. So there's no other choice but to go to the mid, min, mid, and max. Some of you, there were a couple, 2 or 3 of you, you decided, wait a minute, that means that if I go back, where am I at if it's right here? Like if I go back 3 seconds, I'm at 0, right? I'm at time 0. So technically this wheel started spinning in the midpoint. And so if you included this point, if you went 0, 3, you're actually fine. You're going to get the same equation as everybody else. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to stick with my method, okay? Not that yours is wrong. It's just I don't want to confuse folks. So in this case, it's time and height again. You plug that in. It's 3, 8, 6, 3, 9, -2. Then it's 12, 3, and it's 15, 8, back to 8. So you should see that transition there. If you do L1, L2, what's the equation? Let me just look. If you do this right, you get 5 sine of 0.52x plus 3. Yes, C is 0 in this case. And it's because you start like at time 0, you're in the middle, then it's always, C is always going to be 0 if you start in the middle at 0. at x is equal to 0. You don't really need to know that necessarily, but don't panic if c is ever equal to 0. You're fine. Okay? So there's your equation. So good work. But please don't forget the basics. Like, I don't go over the basics that often anymore. Like at the very beginning, like you should be able to look at an equation and find your max. You go mid plus amplitude, right? 3 plus 5 gets you 8. 3 minus 5 gets you negative 2, right? All those things are still very much happening here. So I'll stop there. What I want you to try is, if you've done this one, question 5 on the June 2019 exam. Some of you have seen it because you did the review and you skipped it because you were like, I don't know how to do it. Now's your chance to go back and try that, okay? And I will give you an AC to take home and bring it back on Monday so we can go over it.